Okay, video. See in the back there, way behind me, you see Six Flag Adventures. Look at industry. And how stuff gets cut down in the rocks and flattened. So there's space for industry. So, today's topic is when starseeds, yeah, put it this way, corrupted starseeds. I met one, and she said she woke up, she got full conscious. So when I hear your full consciousness, I'm going like, whoa. Maybe sit down here, it's maybe a little bit more comfortable. Sit down in a spot somewhere outskirts of LA, Valencia. Always gotta find my little piece of nature. Actually, way back there looks much better. You go towards this, it's like towards the pit. Not so much my cup of tea, not me. So, sorry. Yeah, when a starseed is corrupt, put it this way. The science of how to detect a corrupted starseed is they all are in the mental matrix. They all are in possibilities. They tell you what they can do. They're very convincing, very controlling with their reality, and friends that they have, if they're friends or they maintain, they try to be their friends by being submissive. So they are staying in the controlled matrix of them, meaning they're very powerful. They can create an un-vortex, you can say, and an unmatrix where everything you say doesn't help the co-creative process of manipulation. It's the old Orion conflict. They want you in their matrix. They want you to think like them. They want you to act like them, and they want you not have your own opinion or intuition. And that's where my intuition was actually tested, where I'm like, am I going crazy here, or is this a cuckoo box here happening, or am I just over-interpreting? So the person was like, yeah, right now I'm not calm, but I can if I choose to. This is one of the parameters. This is for you to use your mind, not to be lured in because somebody is a starseed. They're like, yeah, we're soul fam. They're very quick to say it's not what you say, it's how you act. So the people you should watch are the ones that are, how do you say, they don't talk so much. They do. Like, you need something, you got it. You can count on them, no question. Less verbal communication needed because it's more of a telepathic link than a verbal mental overlay link. And so when I scan that person, just to give you a case as public figures, everybody we meet, we process naturally. We evaluate naturally, not judge or discriminate. A person sits there and says, yeah, not that this is smokers, I mean cigarettes. You do what you do. And she's like, I can stop anytime. For 20 years now, and every day, you know, I met people say, well, I'm drinking, I can stop every day. I'm in full control. I'm off my meds right now, but I'm in control. I'm just mimicking where they are. To me, that's already, oh, whoa, red flag. And then I say, well, you're not pretty much in your body. You're giving me theoretical potential. You're very much in a theta brainwave. Theta needs to transform into like working with the delta state where you manifest, and they bombing it. Yeah, I got $200. I just manifested it, and I'm like, how? Yeah, I borrowed it. That's not really true manifestation. Manifestation is like you made a bracelet, you set it in the market, and somebody gave you $200 for that bracelet because it was worth your craft. That's more of manifesting without being parasitic about it. And then people have the nerve to tell me, yeah, I manifested a car, and they borrowed a car from a friend, which then the next day got crashed. And yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the timeline. I've been jumping timelines. You know, you got to be very careful with saying how you jump timelines. First of all the timelines converge where you are. They collapse where you are. You buy a plane ticket, you go to a city, you define or engage into a timeline that is under the influence of what you just did. If you theorize about you are going to and when you have the money, but it's for years, you're stuck in theoretical potential. That's what a lot of people get stuck in their trips. You see all of these hyperdimensional worlds and gateways and stargates and possible hovercraft and all of these inventions, but it takes the physical to manifest the physical. So a lot of people get very lost in the meta aspect and they lose the physical. It's metaphysical, where science and magic meet. As in, magic is not David Copperfield illusionary misdirective tricks. It's divine order of things and the laws of these realms. When you know them, you become a magi, or when you conjure the source, you become a sorcerer. Yes, you can misuse it. That planet leaves that template open, and a misuse will be measured against your entire genealogy from birth, incarnations to where you're going. So even a lot of people, or a lot of old power structures that are still struggling and holding on to what they have, there is a price and a consequence for the actions you put out. So everything you do has a consequence. Everything you wish for comes with a ripple effect. Now, the question is, are you divine? Can you handle what you're channeling? And are you aware of the ripple effects? Like, you want $50 million? Well, you can have that in a divine order, in a timely fashion, according to respectfully how your consciousness is designed, that you can accept that flood coming to you. So we do it in steps. That's why you're buffered as an angelic being, angelic descent, ET, extraterrestrial in human form. Many of you are. Not everybody is aware. So the things are buffered. So with that corrupted starseed that I checked, highly psychic, but with manipulation, was a she. Total control. She's gonna be like, yeah, you can call that person, they will vouch. And then we called that person, and the person was like under a spell, like, yes, it's the kindest person and the sweetest and the most calmest person I've ever met. And I'm like, holy shit, what am I missing here? Everybody is like really not getting it. Then I see the pills, heavy medication for schizophrenic paranoia, multiple personality disorder. And I'm like, okay. I always wanted to be a profiler, so I know how to check the bag, stuff's falling out of the bag, the meds falling out of the bag, some bread that's already sweating, the driver's license ID is under the car, so if the person would have taken off, like they would have lost their ID, and I picked it up, I said, this I think belongs to you. All over the place, telling me how organized they are, and like fighting me, and then telling me, I don't like your energy. I really don't like your energy. And I was just speaking truth from a calm state of like from a Zen way, where I was like, where are you and where do you like to go? That depends on the timeline. Well, all of this might be true, as in download and getting into the schematics and getting into the how do you say, the details of what is, but totally lost in the conceptual thinking of the left maze. If you look at the schematics of the acupressure, or how the brain functions, this has a lot of aspects of what's what, rational, this is intellect and harmony. This is a very clear thing. The maze is here, and these people are totally trapped in their own mechanisms of mind constructed things that they believe to be true, but they unmanifest. And when you try to tell them, that's kind of like where exorcism comes in. You call forth the shadow when they say, yeah, I have telekinesis if I want to. And I said, well, move this pencil. Well, I choose not to. And I said, why is it that you do not walk over water? Well, I choose not to. Or maybe I don't believe enough in it, and that's bullshit. Why? If a certain skill is attained, magical, metaphysical, extraterrestrial skill, whatever you want to call it, you can do it. There are certain rules and regulations on this planet how to attain and go about it, and then you see the synchronicities, you see the numbers, you see things unfolding, they will manifest into your reality, and then you can co-create. But when you try to manipulate and try to run things and you're aggravated about it, especially when you're on meds, as a starseed, that's very difficult, because meds are not really designed for you to actually harmonize your brainwaves. These are downers to get you back into rational, logic, reason thinking. And if your DMT is firing up and you taking a downer, yeah, it gets even more schizophrenic. I'm not a doctor. Please, if you have problems, consult a doctor. This is just an opinion that I'm sharing, an observation. I've known people that came back from the war and they had 54 different meds. That's, to me, is insanity. You know, your body is not, can nobody in the world tell me that my body is designed to take 54 different medications against the medication and a medication against stomach bleeding. Then you take the medication against stomach bleeding, and you take a medication to keep the stomach calm. The side effect is the stomach gets too acidic. Then you take some alkaline medication to keep the alkalinity level going, and then you take a medication for the medication for the medication for the medication to keep it. And people are sick. And this dude decided to trash all his meds and went the natural way. And he's as clear as day today, got his natural weight back. And these are amongst many cases. You can check YouTube of people that showing it on camera. And thank God and praise the Lord for YouTube that you can express yourself and really show that you can get normal if you find something for your body that's biodegradable in a timely fashion. You know, when you have a broken leg, of course you need to stuff needs fixing and ambulance need to come and save your ass. But if you can do prevention stuff, or if you have a mild irritation, that means that the disease is not that manifest, you can find ways to help yourself. We did it in the past and survived that. Natives in the Amazon can still do it, so can we. If you have an area where they say a water well can help 5,000 to 10,000 people, which is already a lot, and then you look at places like LA, you have 22 million people, so that's no water well. Like the wells are drained here. Yeah, okay, this is it. So I heard that their water is coming from Nevada. So they need to import basically their water because it's overdone. Well, what does that mean? When it gets parasitic, it needs to borrow from the neighboring side. But that it's I don't know if that's the future. Okay, I leave that up for your own mind. So I just wanted to give you a brief little rundown of basically where corrupted starseeds are in their mind. You can't convince them that they're not in their body. They're in their mind, and their mind is a projection outside of their body. They're not really themselves. They can't feel themselves, so they run into disaster. I had one case where one lady was possessed, I must say, with aspects of nanobacteria that she would smack her mother if they had an argument. That's like whoa for me. It's like, okay, that is you're out of control. I want to look at this. You got to be peaceful when you come into your wakefulness. It has to be peaceful, and you have to be able to manifest. And then I met other starseeds that are completely turned on. They have their company. I'm visiting them right now. They have the industry going. They have product. They are it's somewhat, you can say, what we need to conservative grounding, where the product is in line, stuff is in order, the things is in order, what they deliver is in order. And they make a lot of sense, and they're wakeful with that. And that, to me, is the new future. And the others need help. And they all come to Sedona or places like Shasta to find themselves. And a lot of cases I've seen, there are little cuckoo cases. I have to say that. And when I design my retreat and the school, there will be discipline with those. They need to, if you don't have, like, see, when I make my keys as a starseed, then you need to have a discipline, and I do this to wrap this up. I drill every key. I put a crystal on every key for those that are designed with crystals. I take care of every filling and check every key. So if anything is missing, that is my full responsibility in all transparency on a channel with 2 million views, and I'm gonna head back down this mountain through the industrial complex in between properties. People must think like, what is this weirdo doing on a rock? Like, see, there's nobody on the rocks here. This is me. See here, I'm the only one up here, always outside of the matrix, inside the matrix, reprogramming the matrix, getting the crazy ones, the facelift. So basically, yeah, we have only 15 minutes, so I gotta wrap this up. Be at peace. Make it to the flip side, because that's where I most certainly will greet you and welcome you. I love you more than you know. God bless, and take off.